dear Dolly, Polly, shut your eyes, lie still, lie silent, utter no cries as the witch.
Parents. The majority of the time, they only want the best interest for their child and only wish for them to succeed. But some parents are so desperate for their child to make it in a certain thing, they will stop at nothing to make sure that they achieve it. Some lie, interfere, offer certain favors, and even go as so far as to eliminate the competition permanently. Such is the case as we're about to explain today. Join me. This is the case of Wanda Holloway. Wanda Holloway can be described as the ultimate cheerleading mom in many people's eyes, and she was determined to achieve that accolade through her daughter, Shauna. However, an obstacle stood in the way of her plan, and that obstacle was a girl named Amber Heath. In 1989, both Amber and Shauna tried out for the junior high cheerleading squad, in which Shauna came up short. The next year, Shauna tried again, but overstepping her bounds, Wanda Holloway campaigned for her daughter's inclusion. This, however, got Shauna disqualified. So the third time, Wanda took a safer approach. She volunteered in every school activity she could in hopes of gaining favoring from the staff. But once again, Shauna was unable to make the team, being outdone. This was the third time in a row that Shauna failed to make the team, and the third time Wanda saw her plans to achieve her goal through her daughter go up in smoke. But despite it all, Wanda was determined for her daughter to be on the cheerleading squad by any means necessary. In January of 1991, that same year Shauna failed to make the team for the third time, Wanda Holloway contacted her ex-brother-in-law, Terry Harper, and offered him $2,500 to murder Amber Heath's mother. Wanda figured Amber would be so devastated by the death of her mother that she would drop cheerleading entirely, leaving Shauna to take the spot. But what Wanda Holloway didn't plan on was Terry Harper immediately going to the police. So to gather proof, they had Terry make meetings with her. Once they had enough proof of intent, the police arrested Wanda on January 31st, 1991. During the first trial, she was convicted of solicitation of capital murder and sentenced to 15 years in prison. However, a mistrial was declared after it was discovered that one of the jurors was on probation for a drug-related felony and shouldn't have been allowed to serve. But during the second trial, she pleaded no contest and admitted to the crime after lawyers negotiated a plea deal. So on September 9, 1996, Wanda Holloway was sentenced to 10 years in prison, plus agreed to pay a total amount of $150,000 to the Heath family after settling a civil suit filed by them. After serving 6 months of her sentence, the judge ordered Wanda to serve the remainder on probation, plus 1,000 hours of community service. And what happened to Shauna? Well, after finding out her mother's murderous plot, Shauna gave up cheerleading entirely. She since then has gotten married with children and goes by the name Shauna Whitner. Wanda Holloway is a perfect example of when someone is trying to vicariously live through their child and achieve the things that they never got. They're so desperate to achieve it that they're willing to kill. Which is why Wanda Holloway earns a spot in the psycho realm.
My dear Dolly,